Before you step into this story, remember one thing. There exists a codex that brings every moment of this tale to life with truth and with clarity. It is called Constantinople, the Final Breath of Rome. It is more than a book. It is the voice of 1,000 years. Now let the gates open. This is the city that stood in defiance of history itself. This is the city that held the weight of Rome long after Rome was gone. This is Constantinople. To understand why conquering Constantinople was one of the hardest tasks in human history, you must first understand where it stood. It was the bridge between cultures. It was the heart of trade. It was the crown of the old Roman world. Every power that rose looked toward it. Every power that fell regretted not taking it. This city lived with pride. Its walls shined. Its domes glowed like suns. Its people believed they were protected by destiny. And for centuries, destiny did not fail them. No medieval structure inspired more fear than these walls. The Theodosian Walls, built with precision, reinforced with layers, guarded with faith. The outer wall was wide enough for armies to march. The inner wall towered over the land like a silent warning, and behind them, a final wall protected the beating heart of Rome. Invaders looked at these walls and felt the truth. They were not facing a city. They were facing a fortress, built by centuries. Every scar on these stones was a reminder. Persians failed here. Arab fleets burned here. Rus warriors fell here. Bulgarian armies were pushed back here. No enemy came close to victory. Why? Because Constantinople had mastered the science of defense long before its enemies mastered the art of attack. There was a weapon so terrifying that its flames lived in the nightmares of every navy. Greek fire, a secret so protected that only a few men knew how to create it. It burned even on water. It clung to wood. It devoured fleets. Invaders believed they could overwhelm the city with numbers, but they watched their ships turn into blazing skeletons, drifting helplessly on the waves. Greek fire turned the sea into a battlefield where hope died quickly. To the outside world, Constantinople looked like a dream surrounded by impenetrable walls, but inside it felt like the heart of creation. Silk arrived from China. Spices came from India. Gold flowed from Africa. Scholars gathered from every corner of the world. It was the Queen of Cities, and it enjoyed its throne. Generations lived believing that their home was blessed by God Himself, and for 1,000 years, this belief seemed true. But every golden age has an end, and destiny was preparing a storm that would transform history. Mehmed the Second was not like other rulers. He was young, but he carried an ancient fire in his heart. He believed that Constantinople was not just a city. He believed it was his destiny. He saw what no one else dared to see. He saw the fall of an empire that had survived every storm. He studied every weakness of the walls. He studied every past failure of every enemy. He refused to repeat their mistakes. He prepared to write a chapter that would shift the world. He built cannons, larger than anything the world had ever seen. He brought engineers from distant lands. He moved ships across land to surprise the defenders at the Golden Horn. He fought with calculation. He fought with creativity. He fought with patience. Yet this was not enough. To take this city, he needed something greater than strategy. He needed to break the spirit of an empire that had never surrendered. The defenders of the city were not many, but their courage filled the walls like an unshakable force. Giustiniani stood as a shield against endless waves of enemy troops. Soldiers fought with faith. Citizens carried whatever they could find. Priests prayed for a miracle. Constantinople was fighting for its final breath. This was not a battle for land. This was a battle for identity. Every sunrise felt like a blessing. Every night felt like a test. For 53 days, the city endured. Fire, earth, and steel. Cannonballs shook the ground. Siege towers crawled forward. Cracks formed in the walls, yet the defenders repaired them with bare hands. The earth trembled. The sky darkened. The air filled with cries of faith and fear. Every day felt like the last. Every night felt like the world was holding its breath. The final attack came with the force of destiny. Cannons roared, the walls shattered. Giustiniani fell wounded, and the defenders lost their hope. Chaos flooded through the breaches. 1,000 years of history collapsed in the space of a single morning. Rome breathed its last. A new empire rose, and the world stepped into a new era. The fall of Constantinople was not just the end of an empire. It was the end of the ancient world. It marked the rise of a new power that shaped the next 5 centuries. It changed war. It changed trade. It changed destiny. Yet the legend of the city did not die. Its spirit echoes in stone. Its legacy lives in every history book. Its final breath still moves the story of humanity. If you want to relive this story with truth, precision, and emotion, you can. Your codex, Constantinople, the final breath of Rome, brings every moment back with clarity and power. It is more than a record of the siege. It is the heartbeat of an era. If you want to feel the last breath of Rome, begin with this codex.